Did you call Child Protective Services on him?
Yes, I called the caseworker.
Judge Judy.
Watch today on ABC 27.
ABC 27 News is always on.
It's time for The View, America. Talk about adding insult to injury. How Madonna's latest flop led to online insults that she's too old to show off the goods. But 007 disagrees. Meet the brand new 50-year-old Bond babe. Why are more women locked up in America than ever before? Diane Sawyer spent 8 months inside the hidden world of women in prison to find answers. And you won't believe what she uncovered.
Come on, Miss Diane. You know I'm not gonna say none of that.
Then, the stars of the hit series The Fosters are telling you what it's like to have executive producer J-Lo as their boss. Sounds good to me.
How do you know that Connor doesn't have a crush on Jude?
Really? Connor doesn't seem gay to me.
And why can't your kid and millions of others stop watching this guy on video site Vine? He's here to tell you why.
Check out my aquarium. Here.
This is The View with Whoopi, Nicole Wallace, Rosie Perez, and today, style expert Stacy London and ESPN Samantha Ponder are jumping into the co-host chairs. It all starts now.
Welcome to The View. Welcome to The View, y'all. Welcome to The View. So there is a viral video that is blowing up this morning. It's of Madonna, her performance at the Brit Awards last night that took an unexpected turn. Take a look. Now, the fall happened because the backup dancer yanked the cape before she was ready to take it off. But it didn't stop a slew of boneheads posting comments that she's too old to be doing performances like that. I'm sorry.
Shut up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and if she didn't weigh like 4 pounds because she's so hot, she wouldn't have been pulled over so quickly. And, you know, I don't know if anyone was listening. We should play it again because she doesn't miss a bar. I'd be like, she doesn't miss a bar.
No, and it's not necessarily the performance. She looks great. She's super talented. I just hope she's okay. But
she is
I wonder if some of it is that, you know, we saw at some of the award shows recently, she still wears very revealing clothing. And I don't think it's
the cape that was longer than a train.
It has nothing to do with the cape. I'm just saying in general, I think some of the criticism about her age isn't necessarily because of her age. It's because of what she wears.
She's a rock star.
She is.
Yeah, she's a rock star. So what?
And if I had that body, I'd be nude.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, right.
Oh, yeah.
And let's not forget, right?
It's so true. The Incredibles, no capes. We know this from Edna, right? No capes.
No
There
capes.
is a reason.
There is a
But
reason.
also, let's take it back a little bit, because before Madonna even started being Madonna, there were other people like Marlene Dietrich. There were other people like Grace Jones. Grace Jones is still half naked and turning it out. And she's older than all of them.
I think that some of this criticism has to do with ageism.
It
You know,
is,
if a
100%.
guy was 56, come on.
I'm sorry.
Would that matter?
Well, we've seen the Stones go around.
How old is Mick Jagger?
Mick Jagger's, you know. So, unless you can do what Madonna can do.
Shut up.
Shut up. You know, but not everyone is hung up on age these days. In the upcoming Bond movie, the James Bond movie Spectre, 50-year-old Monica Bellucci will be the new Bond girl, or as she calls it, the Bond woman. Look at her.
Gorgeous. Love that.
Now say something. Easy peasy.
I keep hearing, though, that this is a huge step for kind of the feminist movement because of her age, being an older Bond woman, if you will. To me, what would really do something for feminism when it comes to the Bond girls or Bond women is if they pick someone for their personality. She's gorgeous.
That's what the Bond women are supposed to be.
But I'm saying, I don't know how much that does for feminism.
No, I think Sam's onto something. I think we need a Mrs. Bond.
What?
You know, like, I think that when James
Didn't you
Bond
see the first? She died. She died.
I'm just saying,
You never get married.
No. But maybe the daughter he didn't know he had takes over the franchise, and it's Janie Bond instead of James Bond.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. The Bond women are badasses in bikinis.
Exactly.
Badasses.
I agree.
They're smart, they can kick ass, and they're beautiful.
But maybe the men can be the sidekick to the James, you know, maybe the woman becomes
a different franchise.
No, but you know what? It's actually the franchise that she's written.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it's the book that she's written.
Okay.
Yeah, because you can't change James Bond. James Bond is who he is. He's always been James Bond. He's always going to be James Bond. Even if you put Idris Elba in it, it's still James Dan Bond. Okay?
I just don't see how that's big for feminism. I don't know.
It has It has nothing to do with feminism.
It has nothing to do with that.
It has to do, really, with movies recognizing that these women, the 4-year-olds, they work also. But if you're over 4, you have a bigger chance of kicking somebody's ass.
And she looks 25. And you can be beautiful, and she has personality, and she's smart. That's not about feminism or not
But
feminism.
if she looked like your average 50-something-year-old, I don't know that she would be able. It's because she looks so young, and that's what our country is so obsessed with: is looking like you're 25
My mom's
or 30.
in the front row getting her fighting face on. I don't think you can talk about what a. Look, I mean, I think that we have to stop. The words matter, and I don't think. I mean, you're putting 50 in an age that you're associating with.
Obviously, people are looking better and better the older they get, but I think the reason why she's
I just
cast
think you should be careful when you leave if a group.
I'm not saying that people don't look good as they age. I think it's great to age gracefully. I think she's being rewarded because she looks much younger than her age. That's what I'm saying.
What do you think 50 looks like, baby?
I think your average, you know what? I think it looks like a lot of women across this country
You
that
are going to look that good when you're 50. You're going to look that good.
No, not a
You're
chance.
taking care of yourself.
I think a lot of your average American women, my mom is in her 50s, the people that live across the country in the flyover states can't compete with the Hollywood image of what a woman looks like.
Nobody can compete with the Hollywood image. The 20-year-olds in the flyover states can't compete with the Hollywood image. That is not the point. The fact is that ageism has been a huge problem in Hollywood for so long.
For sure.
And at least that issue is being dealt with. Beauty is a whole other thing. Okay? What our standards of beauty are need to be expanded. This is the first step. Hell yes.
I think it's good
to
for
a
her.
50-year-old James Bond woman.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
That's where I stand on.
I totally agree with that. I think it's great.
Yes.
I think it's great that she got that job at that age. I'm not disagreeing with that.
We'll be right back with more Hot Topics.
Robin Thicke says he didn't steal blurred lines from a Marvin Gaye tune. We're putting them side by side for you to decide next.
Welcome back. You know, President Obama held a town hall meeting in Miami yesterday on immigration, and a military veteran took the mic, made an interesting point before we start talking about these.
Well, I think this is awful, first of all, that this woman is having so much trouble staying in this country. And, you know, there were 3 terrorists that were discovered in Brooklyn. ISIS all got into this country illegally. So we've got terrorists that we're letting in, and yet we're not letting the mothers of men who have gone and fought for our country stay here.
And let's,
Well,
and the woman, she has 2 sons. One has graduated from a university, and the other one served fighting our wars. And she actually left the United States to try to do it legally and got detained. So she came back illegally to be with her sons. And when she heard about the president's new plan. So it is heartbreaking. And there's 11 million people that we're talking about that need to be addressed.
Yeah.
And they're not going to deport 11 million people, so the problem has to be addressed.
There's a lot of debate about immigration, but I feel like this is one area in particular that pretty much everyone can agree upon, and that is the family members of someone who fights for our country should be able to have a quick path to citizenship. I don't know anyone.
Families, not felons.
Let me just, so two things. First of all, the terrorists actually, more alarmingly, they were here legally. And actually, I wish we could swap them.
Right.
The mother of the soldier.
Exactly.
Like take our lunatics who want to join ISIS and give us the parents of some of the folks who are here legally. Here, let me just say, though, Obama likes to debate Republicans on immigration. Obama is in the situation he's in where a court in Texas, a judge has thrown out his executive order because it was illegal. He didn't get beat by the Republicans. They didn't beat him on this one. He promised to do something by executive action because he wasn't able to do it in the Congress, which was a legal way to do it. And a judge wrote that the genie would be impossible to put back in the bottle because deferring deportation was irreversible, which is why the Congress needs to deal with this. I support comprehensive immigration reform. I support a pathway for citizenship for all 11 million people that are here.
But sometimes they have to take a chance like this because there have been a lot of presidents that have taken executive order and bypassed Congress. Let's roll a clip. I saw this on the internet, and I just want to show you how many presidents and how many times
Clinton,
they have
Bush,
done this. So Obama's not new. And one of the biggest executive orders ever was Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation. And that was big. He bypassed Congress, and sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
None of those other presidents did it in a way that was unlawful. I mean,
they did do it unlawful. There's been overturned executive orders by the Supreme Court. FDR, 5 times the Supreme Court overturned his executive orders. Clinton.
Reagan's immigration order was not
overturned.
I'm going to throw this in.
The first time.
Here's the other problem. It is so freaking expensive to try to get an immigration lawyer. You know, if people are working and they're working just right at the edge, we have to help. If you want, you know, I'm sick and tired of people saying, well, they should go, but deport them, deport them.
No.
You know what? It's going to cost you more to deport them. You're going to lose more if you do that. So why not say, okay, maybe you didn't go and do this the way that we thought you should, but somebody had to do something.
I just have to ask a question.
And she raised a good kid. I mean, these are the Americans that should say. She raised a son who, before he was old enough to enlist himself in the military, he had his mother sign for him so he could serve and fight, and he could have died for his country. So those are the people that should
answered my
I agree with you, Sam. There should be an accelerated path to citizenship. But I think you're politically easy because Obama could have done this. Instead of doing Obamacare, Obama could have used all of his political capital. He won the first time, and he could have said, this is so important. I hear you.
He tried to do it with the DREAM Act.
He did the DREAM Act.
And I am easy on immigration because something has to be done.
Well, nothing's been done. This is the problem.
No, it has been done. He tried to do the DREAM Act, and he did DACA, and now he's doing this. So he has done something. Should it be done earlier in his first term? Yes, he should have, and he copped to it. The problem that I had with the town hall is that they still are making it a Latino issue. Immigration is not just a Latino issue.
No, it is an issue. Period. Well, you know, this is a conversation that we're going to keep having because we're all very passionate about it, because we all feel like there's a better way, and the guys don't seem to be able to do it. So I'm glad somebody finally peed in the wind and said, here's something coming at you. But you know, Diane Sawyer is here today with her new special about women in prison. But my granddaughter, Charlie Rose, she just discovered what bars are all about. She didn't like it one bit. Take a look.
Are you stuck? Are you stuck? You can't get in? Or out? Charlie, what's up? She's walking away. She's walking away. She's walking. Are you gonna try it again? You coming back? Yeah? You gonna try it again? Attica! 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 Can't get out. Attica!
She got the leg through.
She got it.
I like that.
Is that crazy?
I like that.
We'll be right back.
I love that.
Diane Sawyer is exposing what happened when she went behind bars to uncover the hidden nation of women in prison. Next.
Hey, did you know that more women in America, there are more women in American prisons than ever before. Diane Sawyer spent 8 months trying to find out why in her new 2020 Hidden America special, A Nation of Women Behind Bars. And she's here with a preview. So please welcome the fabulous, the wonderful Diane Sawyer. This is amazing, because you've been reporting on women behind bars for nearly 20 years.
That's right.
Why is this so different this time?
Because the population itself, this increase in population, particularly, by the way, the fastest growing would be white women coming in, many of them driven there by prescription drugs. The surprises you find in all the data as you look at it. And also this increase in sentences, you know, a 14% increase in life sentences in the last 7 years. Now, why? Why in this country? And you're going to meet a woman who kind of exemplifies and raises some questions.
Is that one of the first ones? Is a woman who has already served 36 years of her life sentence? Is that the story?
She served 36 years. Her previous warden said she shouldn't be here anymore. She is there. She says she was at the robbery. Her boyfriend pulled the trigger. She took a plea and ended up for life. And she's just asking, is there nothing you can do to get a second chance?
And I think we have a clip of her.
Sometimes I wake up and realize I'm still here. And I'll just break down and cry. I break down and cry a lot.
2 decades into the sentence, she asked to be executed.
I wrote Governor Earlett and asked him for lethal injection.
You asked?
Yes, because of the victim's family and everybody. I wanted them to know that I was sorry for the crime that I had committed.
Are you still dangerous?
No, ma'am.
And again, not only do you have her story, and she's the longest serving woman in the state of Maryland right now. And you're also going to meet the youngest woman on death row and the 3rd youngest woman on death row, and make up your own mind about their lives.
Right. And what's the impact on the families of these women?
It is immense. First of all, it's about 1 in 20 come in pregnant. Pregnant, so look at all the children. Then we have the families coming to visit them, and some of these scenes, we are there. They drive hours and hours and hours for 60 minutes.
Yeah.
So they have sentences too.
How is the female prison population different from men? I will cop to ignorance and say that most of what I know is from Orange is the New Black, but they certainly seem to, to form communities, and they smuggle things in, and they seem to survive. I'm sorry. But just generally, how is the female population?
There is a significant and serious difference in mental illness and abuse. Much more mental illness, much more abuse. But in the Orange is the New Black representation, as they do, it's just take you into. It is truly a universe that you rarely get to see.
Yeah, and we hope that you don't see it from the inside, because, you know, one mistake, you find yourself behind bars and no advocate, you know, except for you.
Well,
We're tougher out here, but we recently came across an email sent to us by one of our viewers that moved all of us. So we invited her here to share her courageous story with us. Please welcome Jessica McDermott. Hello. So nice to meet you. Now, you're 24, you're a businesswoman, you're engaged to this darling young man here sitting next to my mom in the front row.
Hey. Who's a veteran, I must
Who's
throw
a
out.
veteran.
Who's a veteran.
Oh, all right, let's give it up for your veteran husband. And you have a 2-year-old and a 1-year-old, 2 beautiful kids. I think we have a picture of them. Life seemed perfect, but all that changed suddenly and abruptly for you 6 months ago. Tell us what happened.
I found a probably jelly bean-sized lump on my neck, and for 2 months or so, I didn't think anything of it. I thought it was pulled muscle, not too big of a deal. It didn't go away. So I just went to my primary care doctor and told him, you know, he felt it. It was a little firm, and he said, it's definitely a lymph node in your neck. let's get it
I didn't
biopsied.
even know we had lymph nodes. Where? Where was it?
It was right above my collarbone, and I could only feel one. But
Groping myself for the rest of the segment.
Yep.
And we have them in different places too.
And they swell up when you're sick or anything. It's common for them to swell up, but you never know. Sometimes when they swell up when you're not sick or they don't go away for a month or two, that's when you start to get concerned about it. And I actually had more that I couldn't feel, but the doctor did. And so there was actually some on both sides that he could feel, and that's when they decided to biopsy it.
And what was the diagnosis?
Hodgkin's lymphoma, 2B.
Oh, God.
Oh, my goodness.
And your kids were just 2 years old and 8 months old when you started chemo?
Yes.
How difficult was to take care of them while you were going through this process?
It was exhausting, but luckily my fiance was able to take off work. His company was great for us, so he stayed home with me. And, you know, the kids, they don't ask about cancer. They don't care that mommy lost their hair. So it's great because they're the only ones that don't think about, oh, mommy has cancer. They don't ask. They're just happy to see me every day. So that's the best part of it.
Of course they are. You were so brave. I'm just trying to not cry, but you fought cancer and took care of 2 toddlers. Can I share some good news that tomorrow's your last day of chemo, right?
Yes, it is.
Right? Okay, so one of the things that really made us want to have you here was your Twitter feed. So let's take a look at some of your tweets. So we've got No Makeup Monday, and you're beautiful. So, I mean, no makeup looks good on you, sister. All right, followed by cancer problems, hashtag chemo problems, Hodgkin's lymphoma. And then there's another one that says, every day in every way, I am better and better, higher and higher. How do you stay so freaking positive? And where can I get some?
There's been a lot of outreaches. Instagram, I've met 1,000 girls on Instagram who have Hodgkin's. You're all amazing, you know that. And they keep me going every single day. We check in with each other, my fiance and my babies. They're amazing.
Okay, we found one other tweet. Hang on. Yeah. We found one tweet that you sent. You wrote this: one vacation left. I can't think of a better way to celebrate remission. What was that tweet about?
The vacation to the Caribbean, the cruise.
Oh, all right. Well, I usually don't do this, but I'm expecting some groceries. I need to send a tweet. Let's see. Jessica, you have won our final vacation. Oh, because we love you.
Thank you so much.
You've won a luxurious 7-night Caribbean cruise, courtesy of Celebrity Cruises. You're getting round-trip airfare, upscale accommodations aboard a state-of-the-art ship, spa treatments, and award-winning dining.
So, guys, I have to ask you. This is going to be your first vacation together, is that right?
Yes.
So, what are you going to do? How do you feel about it?
I'm in shock right now. I'm so excited. This is the best way to celebrate remission. I'm going to go immediately.
I think we can arrange that. Our thanks to Celebrity Cruises and to everyone who entered our vacation contest. We'll be right back. Congratulations.
There's ugly custody battles and bad blood on the hit show The Fosters. But the stars are
Teri Polo and Maia Mitchell. So this is just another show about a typical American family, a multiracial 2-mom family of 7 with biological, adopted, and foster children. How much did you guys know about this going in?
Whole lot of nothing. So here we are, though.
Yeah.
It was a quick education. We got down and dirty really quick, so.
I don't know how you even prepare for parenting 5 kids on TV, because that sounds like a lot no matter what. But there aren't many shows on TV that depict a lesbian couple raising kids together, so how did you prepare for that role?
Well, there's not... I took one look at Sherri and said, well, yeah, okay, I'll play a lesbian.
Look at this. The steaminess doesn't look like too much of a reach. You guys are a steamy couple.
I always say people, someone
had
called us brave at one point because we had a photo shoot where we were kissing for some stage photos, and I'm like, I'm brave to kiss Teri Polo. I don't think
most people are.
I love it. I love it. And, you know, we were talking about the obvious chemistry, but also as two moms. I mean, and you know, I think if you live in New York, you do know a lot of two-mom families, two-dad families. But I think that this has struck a chord. You know, this is just a show about parenting and families, right?
It's about, yeah, it's about families. It's about family. It's about love. I think the education that I received was that there's no difference. There is absolutely no difference. Why should there be any difference between straight love or gay love or lesbian love or what have you?
Straight parenting. I mean, there's no, it's not, you know, the terrible twos aren't any different if they're, you know, throwing things at two moms, two dads, or a mom and a dad.
Our saying is, you know, it's DNA doesn't make a family, love does, and it's been a long time coming, and here we are. We're stinking proud.
It's wonderful.
Maya, I know. Yeah. One of the great things on TV is when you can bring light to different situations, and I know in this show you get to show what it's like to go through the adoption process, something that obviously is close to a lot of people's hearts across the country. What's it been like for you to play the role you're playing on the show?
I mean, yeah, when I was auditioning for the show, what I was thinking about was to play a foster kid, and I didn't really think much about the two-mom side of things because I was lucky I grew up with a lot of my friends had two moms or two dads, so that was never something that came into my decision-making process around, like, the show. And so when the show came out and it was kind of controversial, I was, like, kind of taken aback and shocked that there was something to even talk about. But yeah, it's been good. I mean, we have gotten to know a lot of foster kids and spoken to a lot of those kids who say that it's really meant a lot to them to have their stories told as well. So it feels good.
And our old friend Rosie O'Donnell is a recurring character on the show.
Yeah.
We love you, Rosie. And we all love Rosie. We miss her. And in real life, Rosie's been a foster parent. And I've heard that you guys have all sort of become, I don't want to use the word advocate, but advocates and enthusiasts and real experts on the foster care system. What have you learned about the foster care system in this country?
I wouldn't say an expert. I don't know if anybody's an expert on the foster care system.
You know more for playing this role, right?
Yeah. It's a complicated situation. Yeah, sure. We've learned a lot, like on the show, dealing with, you know, foster kids have to deal with their identities being stolen and all kinds of things you just don't think about, you know, and it's an education. We've really learned a lot, and there's a lot of work to be done.
Yeah. And not to end on a very light note, but the fabulous Jennifer Lopez is your executive producer, right? Is she cool to work with? I imagine her being sort of...
The guys in here were excited.
Four more beautiful women. I'm not sure I've seen in one picture. But is it fun? Is it? Yeah.
She's the best. She's so cool.
She's a powerful woman.
Awesome.
Yeah, she is.
She's into so many different projects, and she still gives her love to the show and support to the show. You know, it's near and dear to her heart. She had an aunt who was gay, and she felt like she wondered if she could have had wanted a family, and never felt like she could have. So I think the fosters is really important, you know, an homage to her aunt.
Exactly, that's the way she's described it. Yeah.
It's wonderful. Please come back anytime you want. We love having you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our thanks to Sherri Saum, Teri Polo, and Maia Mitchell. The Fosters airs Mondays at 8 p.m. on ABC Family. We'll be right back. Thank you, guys.
The man who's making magic on Vine is showing
Illusion, whose 6-second videos are part David Copperfield, part Steven Spielberg. Take a look at the incredible work of young Zach King.
Pillow fight.
Wait, what?
Whoa! Did I win? Just heating up some popcorn. Check out my aquarium. Here,
You are... So you're not a traditional magician, but your illusions are just extraordinary. You edit these videos that you make?
Yeah, they're all little, we call them digital sleight of hands, but we have a lot of fun with them because the ideas are kind of wacky.
Yeah.
So my idea, the theme is always to have something relatable. So when I was a kid, I was afraid of cracking eggs and a chicken would come out. So I made a Vine about that. Or I was afraid of getting sucked up by the vacuum cleaner. And so I made a Vine about that. So a lot of them are like fears that I have or just dreams that I wish could be real.
So we're getting into your subconscious, clearly.
Yeah, this is my way of counseling.
Right, but you know, I've heard that people are a little bit confused by the fact that you can actually make a living doing what you're doing. So how is that possible? I mean, how do you translate a platform like Vine into a job?
Yeah, the coolest thing is waking up in the morning and being able to do exactly what I love, and that's supported by, you know, doing a commercial here or doing a brand deal here once in a while. So it's really cool that that's the kind of lifestyle you can have while making the content. Like, you're seeing my Jedi kittens here, and you can't beat Star Wars and lightsaber cats.
No, you can't. You can't.
You really
it's
can't.
fantastic.
We love our animals and we take good care of them when we're filming, but they're cute.
It is extraordinary. I mean, you know, you cooked up, you and I kind of did a little something. Because you spent a little bit of time in my dressing room.
Oh my.
Please, know this about me. No cradle robber here. Can we show what we did?
Yeah.
Well, if you give so many shoes, I bet you'd kill if someone put them on.
I don't know if I kill. Yeah, try these.
These are awesome.
Oh my God.
Thanks, Whoopi.
How do you edit so quickly? Gosh,
he's amazing.
I'm glad we didn't do those with these boots, though, because that would just freaking
Yeah, that would have been rough. That would have been rough. But now, what is the ultimate goal for you?
Yeah, the ultimate goal is to do kind of this, but on a bigger scale. I love doing action adventure films. I would love to be kind of the Steven Spielberg of action adventure someday in the future.
Well, baby, we're going to be watching. Now, thanks to Zach King and his amazing video work, Stacy London and Samantha Ponder. We'll be back tomorrow. Everybody, have a great day. Take a little time to enjoy yourselves and the view.